Hi Aquarius, welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm trying to answer the question, how will you become famous? I'm only trying, doing my best. We're gonna just dive right in. I do want to point out that I have 3 oracle decks and 1 tarot deck. It'll take a few minutes to get set up, get some cards before I really start digging. So please be patient, brace yourself. Thank you. I'm using the Moonology deck. I'm looking at maybe a moon phase, and if not a moon phase, you have messages on there that are usually relevant. So let's draw that first card for you. I also wait for pop-outs. Another reason why it takes a little longer. And if there's nothing really, that's too many. And they fell on my lap. This one. It didn't really pop out, but it really it wanted to come out. We have a mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. I'm going to tilt the camera and show you the shuffle for the rest. I'm using the Triad Oracle deck. We're going to get 1 card as well here. There. That didn't take too long. It's in French. I'm going to translate for you. Sagesse means wisdom. This is a makeshift deck. Keywords on blank cards, French keywords. I'm going to translate once more. I'm also aiming for 1 card. There. So this is Hélice is propeller. I'm gonna get the tarot right away. I get all the cards out of the way. I mean, do all the shuffling out of the way. 3 of Swords. Seven of Cups. I've been getting mini piles, but for you it's only it's interesting. I'm gonna put it like this. And I want to draw something else here because you have so few cards and all the other signs had a lot more come out. Okay, so these. So let's reorganize this. I feel this belongs here and this is separate. So Page of Pentacles, 4 of Cups in reverse, the World in reverse, and Strength. I didn't mention, but 7 of Pentacles and the Chariot here. So there's a lot of movement in this reading because the initial card is nothing is yet set in stone, so it's like clay. You can mold it indefinitely, right? And to your liking, change it, tweak it. And we also have the idea of the propeller. So for me, I think wisdom is your propeller, as simple as it may seem, but it is your it's like saying it's your deepest motivation, kind of. It's almost like what drives you is your wisdom, or either seeking wisdom, but I feel like you'd be deeply, you'd have a well of wisdom within you that would help you, guide you. It propels you, literally. It almost animates you, right? And I think seeking more wisdom, you know, you have a set of eyes, you have sort of a star, you have a pyramid and a crescent moon. So deeply interested in mysteries, for sure spirituality here. Deeply respectful of ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom. Very curious with these eyes. Third chakra lit. So you also have the Chariots, which is another card of movement. You have the World, but it's in reverse, but it's not to be discounted, right? So definitely, either fame is related to travel, which for some people it's like, you know, it absolutely, like you can't dissociate fame with traveling, you know, having to be in different places, you know, showing up, meeting your public, your fans, whatever, depending on your industry, but still, you know, you'd have to represent. So you have an interesting storyline where, you know, you've had deep hurts in the past. Not just romantic, I think you've had many disappointments. Sorry, that's the French and English. En français, in French we say déception is like disappointment, but in English deception is something else. Disappointments. You have 2 sevens in reverse. It's really interesting. The 7 of Cups came out separately, but now I want to tie these 3 cards together. I think they work together. This is a 777, right? Chariot being a 7. So 777 is really, really important here. It falls under the wisdom card. I'm sure it means something. And to each your own, right? To each. So whatever that evokes for you, whatever sign that is for you, it'll be different for everybody. You know, you can read on the internet what 777 means, but somehow when it shows up in your life, it'll be a significator different from the next person. So it's your own. I think that 777 is your sign for fame, is your sign for when fame comes. It's your sign for anything that is right on the path to fame. Whatever belongs on that path, you'll see 777 as the confirmation that it is there for, to either that it's like lighting up the way, or simply that it's that it belongs on that path, or that it's a stepping stone. It's really funny. I'm seeing this, the pentacles here. I guess it's because the card is in reverse. It feels like you know those little pathways, you have like stones, right? They're like, I don't know if you have the image, if I'm describing it properly. And these would be lanterns. I feel that you know this location because we have the Chariot here, and I think it's somewhere you drive to. I think you know exactly what this location is. Like I feel it's a location because of the pyramid. It's almost like saying like the X on a map. Maybe fame for you is tied to living in a particular city, moving to a particular city, country. There's something very, very specific about the location. It's exactly where you need to be for it to happen. It's where you meet your destiny. And I want to say that you have the inner knowing of it. You sense it. I want to show you something else. You see the moon? It's the same moon on both cards. It looks like a waning moon. And we have mutable moons, so when the moon is in Virgo, when it's in Sagittarius, Pisces, and Gemini, one of those moons. Let's look at what propels you besides wisdom, like what is happening at that location, because once you're there, the rest unfolds here. I sense you get an offer that you do not reject, you cannot reject, or that is not rejected, either by you or by the other person. I can't tell if you make the offer, they make the offer. I just feel like there's a particular, it's basically whatever is being presented is being accepted. The exchange occurs, like whether the exchange of, I'm hearing vows, but it could be like when you commit, even when you commit, I mean, fame is a huge commitment when you think about it. Once you're in there, once you're in that machine, you can't, you're in it. And then if you don't want, then you just really don't want, but then you won't get necessarily a second chance, right? You might, but it's one of those things. It's like, that's why it's like vows. It's like until death does us part, whatever, what the thing is. I never got married. I don't know the church speech there. I'm looking at the world in reverse with strength. The world is a Saturn card, and strength is the sun, right? I think you go somewhere very hot. I say that because I see a pyramid, so I'm thinking like a North African country, of course. It could be it could also be if it's it could also be like Mexico, because I'm thinking of the pyramids of the Incas and the Mayas, so it doesn't have to be an Egyptian pyramid, so it could be Mexico, Central America, and the northern part of South America. Basically everywhere that, like Machu Picchu, for instance. So it's hot there too. But it feels really, location is, it's hot climate. I want to say something about how you react to this offer, or how you basically decide to take on fame. It feels like I'm hearing poker face. You're not showing drastic emotions. There's a lot of how can I say this? You're doing it on purpose to master your emotions, like to the world is in reverse, so whatever dance, usually the world, so she's a dancer. Here she's in reverse. So there's holding back, but there's it's purposeful, it's premeditated, it's almost like you want to appear regal with the Strength card, the Leo card. it's you want to appear like noble, and you know, you don't want to show how how excited you are. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing it on purpose to be cool. That's what it is. You're like, you're acting cool. It's so funny. Like, almost like you're not phased, but inside you're like boiling, right? You're like jubilating because it's the world, you know. Inside you're like trepidating, you know, like it's beautiful. It's so interesting that you but I think it has to do with how you want to be seen, you know. I guess you're thinking about what people are going to say about you. I think that matters a lot. I mean, Leos are sorry, but they're very keen on getting the feedback and that attention, right? They want to know why you love them. So, and they want to make sure it's for the right reasons. So they have this very big pride, right? Enough that they might camouflage a little bit, you know, or disguise their reactions, emotions, actions in order to meet the image that they choose to project. It's very strong here. And it's a wise choice. I think it's wise, literally. And you know, I mentioned that, you know, the world is Saturn. Saturn is the planet of, you know, being stern a little bit. So that would work with, you know, what I'm saying about being a little bit, looking at almost not cold, but stern. Someone that you don't want to mess around with, kind of thing, but in a good way. And yet it's also like the Saturn is the old man, so like the wise old man. It's also experience. So that also bodes really well. I think you're very mature for your age, no matter what age you are. Like you're an old soul kind of thing. What's interesting is that you have this, not everything is yet set in stone. It's giving you room for a lot of free will. Really giving some thought about if you're gonna accept fame, right? And I was describing, like, are you getting on like the journey? Are you deciding to get on, you know, like I said, it's like a big machine, right? So once you get on, like once you're in the machine, it's like there's no stopping kind of thing. I think you're gonna really be deep in thought, consideration. You're gonna consider your options. Not that you have like, well, I mean, you do have an array of options, but you're gonna single one out for sure. Maybe that's what happens, you know, you with the sevens here, you were for the longest time you were deliberating, but because they're in reverse, once your choice is made, you know the direction, it's clear, you know, you finally start moving here, like you get going. I think you go to this place. I don't know if you're aware of the offer before going there. I don't know if it's tied, right? As in, I'll give you the example of a job, right? You change jobs, but you have to relocate. So you give it some thought because you know it's like a huge upheaval of your life, having to like move far, you know, leave maybe friends, family, etc. Not knowing if it's gonna work out, blah blah blah, whatever the situation is. It feels a little bit like that. It feels like you know the opportunity is there. So maybe that's what you're considering and giving a lot of thought about too. But just know that when you show up, it's really, really interesting how, you know, even on the Four of Cups, I mean, it's in reverse, but there's still a little bit of almost like your nose up in the air, a little bit like, you know, like kind of like that. I'm trying to sense, I'm looking at the Strength card, and I'm looking at the mane, the lion's mane. I'm not sure, it's not really precise. I'm not sensing, like, I'm sensing something, but it's not coming forward. Truly. So I'm gonna let it go. I won't keep you waiting for a message that's not coming. So I hope that made sense for you. I don't know if it resonates, if it will ever, but that's what I have for you. So thank you for being here, listening in. Please like, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. And come back to the channel. Good night.